Wow, that was way harder than it needed to be to do. They changed my settings on the back end, and things don't work anymore. Sometimes. I might have had somebody waiting in that. It's so weird what happened. I had to create like a new stream category. So there's now a stream that was on for like 1 second. Let's delete that one, I suppose. Oh, they changed things on the live streaming side, and it's infinitely more difficult for me to do things the way I want to do them. But anyways, let's get some music rolling, and then we can share this with the Discord. If you guys haven't joined the Discord already, join there. I post all of my streams and videos, or the good videos. I post the good videos there. What is happening on the technical side today? Jeez. Here we go. There's my music. A little on the quiet side, but you know, we work with what we do. Okay, that should be better for the music. I should be live now. And everything should be fixed. Smile. Smile, everything's fixed. I don't actually trust it, to be honest. But I'm gonna say it's fixed. Okay, now we can take this stream and we can share it with the Discord buddies. And then we'll be right as rain. Share, copy, post over here. At everyone live. Okay, hello everyone. How are we doing today? You guys enjoying Christmas Eve? Seems good on this end? Good. I had so many technical problems, I cannot describe it. Again, YouTube changed the way that the streaming thing works. I used to just be able to use a stream key. I could copy paste a code. Now I have to like log into YouTube from my software, and it's complicated. More complicated than I understand. Oh. I thought I did the update, but apparently I have not done the update. All right, how's the music? Is the music too loud? Is the music good? We got a new song to test it out. The Garden from the Floral Unfurl event. Okay, hello, currently present, and hello, Chow. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up. Chow Cosite. That's my best bet. That's my best guess. It has been a hot second since I've like fully sat down and played some Path of Nowhere. I have been busy these last like 2-3 weeks now. And finally got like a little bit of a reprieve here with the holidays, so. Now, as a heads up, I'm on the American servers, the North American servers, and we do not have the event yet. I am 8 minutes before the event is live, and I don't have the banner yet. I can still pull Seto. I don't know about you guys, but I can still pull Seto. We're not going to because I am really low on pulls, and just getting Hilda is gonna be a tall order. So we got some time to kill. We've got 8 minutes before the event, and then we can do all the new event stuff, and then we still have like 15 minutes after that before the banner goes live. So we're kind of just hanging out. I'm gonna lower the volume just a wee tad little bit on the music. Okay, that works. So I don't know anything about this event, honestly. I know it's a new type of event that they're doing like once a year or something like that, twice a year or something like that. And with this event, there is no A rank. And that's like all I know about this event. So this is going to be very, very new to me. And for some reason, this is the first day ever they've had a release center come out on a Wednesday. I'm so used to things coming out. Man, this song's louder than the last one. I'm so used to things coming out on Tuesday that I got like jump scared when this came out on Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to skip this song. There we go. That's a more normal song. Yo, listening in while I'm at work. Oh, you got that Christmas Eve work day. I was scheduled for Christmas Eve, but I have a bunch of hours banked from earlier in the year. Funny corporate thing. I couldn't work overtime. They wouldn't approve overtime pay. So I couldn't work over the 40 hours. But they would let me do overtime banking, which is where I work over 40 hours, and then I save the excess hours to use in the future. And I saved a bunch of hours from the start of the year, and I've used them here at the end of the year. Short shift, though. There you go. That works. Hello, my guide. Hello, Strike Freedom. Slow day at work, I'm hoping. Be a shame if like Christmas Eve was the busy day. Not that there's people in my on my team who are definitely like at work busy right now. We've got due dates for some reason. The client put the due dates, not the client, but the due dates for our client are on Christmas Day. So there are some people trying to finish up several different jobs, and they are not going to be ready by Christmas Day, but they sure are trying. Anyways, yeah, not too much traffic out here at the fuel center. There you go. There you go. Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to talk about in the guide, we have mail. Compensation adjustments on Hypatia's skill. Insane. Just giving us 10 pulls because they buffed Hypatia. And it's not really like too much of a buff per se. They just so they released Hilda, who has this new resonance feature, and resonance didn't exist before Hilda. And even though Hilda is intended to work with Hypatia, because she was built before Hilda, she doesn't work with resonance. So they changed Hypatia to work with resonance, which she was always intended to do. We just, the mechanic didn't exist yet. But we got 10 pulls because they buffed Hypatia. Again, I wouldn't really call it a buff. It's kind of just making her work as they intended her to. Hey, Edgy, how's it going? Happy holidays, yeah. Man, I can't believe it's already like into 2025. It's been a long year, man. Some good months, some bad months, but it's, we're nearing the end of it. I'm gonna have to get used to writing 2026 down pretty soon. Okay, we are still 3 minutes out from the event. You'll see the event like pop up right here in this corner. You see there's literally nothing here right now. In about 3 minutes, you'll see the event blob pop up in that corner. Probably pull for Hilda at a later date. Either way, I want to collect all the characters if I could help it. Even if I'm not the biggest fan of Orm Secretum, still good luck. Yeah, I'm pulling Hypatia. Obviously, I pull all the characters and make videos for him. But Hilda and Hypatia, if you already have magic damage teams, you can skip these two. Like they're not that important. They're nice, right? All the centers are nice. All the centers are useful in some way, shape, sense, or form. And if you don't have a magic team, then Hilda and Hypatia are great. But if you already have like Arcane Crit or Reforged Summons or like something already in place, you don't need Hilda or Hypatia. This is a very easy skip banner if people are looking for a chance to save their pools. Okay. I got like 3 Oak songs back to back, so I need something with a little bit more life to it. King of the Party? Yeah, it's got a lot of life. There we go. I mean, yeah, technically I should go for Reforged Summon, just missing Stargazer, but I want to collect everyone if I can help it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Happy holidays, Ordmare. I'm excited to have a new team to play with, especially because, like, I'm a big fan of Hypatia herself. Where's my Hypatia? Hypatia. I've got her S1, all of her skills at 9, and then I've also got her at ECB3. So, you know, I've got some investment in Hypatia, and I'll be happy to make use out of her. My 100 compliance center. I actually really like Hypatia. I was using her in stages when she was considered like really, really bad and like quote unquote unplayable by others. But I don't know, she's got some spice to her, and I'm excited that she's actually gonna have like dedicated team members now. I love the song so much it gets stuck in my head. Yeah, there you go. It's like that, but with Diddy Night Song for me. Actually, no, Parallel Lines. Sorry, Parallel Lines. I also have another one of Cabernet songs that gets stuck in my head. It's Undefined Red. That one, I find myself humming it occasionally. Oh, there's the event. It's 4 o'clock. It just appeared. It's always so funny to me when I just see the event like magically appear in the corner. So I actually have no idea what this event is about. Is this a story event? Is this like a pure gameplay event? Like, I know it's different because there's no A rank, but what makes this event different from every other event? Do we have answers for that, or do I just need to like jump into the event? She does. There is a weapon in frame. Yeah. It's Path Nowhere, so we've seen much darker. That's a cool looking medal. We need more medals like this. All the medals I have are just like, they're all octagons. They all look the same. This one actually looks unique. Interesting frame. Faye giving us more gifts. Celebration warrants. A limited time item for the Cryptic Realm Arrest. I'm assuming Cryptic Realm is the new banner type for just this event. If so, it's a little annoying they gave us 10 pulls on the 3rd day because I'm going to be using all of my pulls here today. Oh well. Cypher Blitz. Oh, there's a story to this. Oops. I think it has multiple routes. Interesting. Prophet's Guillotine, Augustus theme is probably my favorite, but I don't think we have it in the game records yet. Yeah, I haven't seen that in the game records yet either. I have seen there's been a lot of like parodies and stuff for Prophet's Guillotine. There's I'm not too familiar with their work. There's a band that's like got a huge following on YouTube. I think it's a Road to 11 or something like that, and they did a cover for it, and it was pretty good. I liked it. I don't think that video of theirs got too much view compared to the normal stuff. You know, they normally do like more popular artists than Path to Nowhere. So it didn't get that much viewership, but it was still a very good video. They did a good job. Oh, wow. Christina is adorable there. Wow. That is an adorable Christina face. I heard this event is on the same level as Flora Unfurl. That's a big shoe to fit. Yeah, that is a huge shoe to fill. I would be very impressed if they pulled that off. It's emitting a mysterious energy. Why did you sniff it? All right. We'll come back to the Cypher Blitz. I don't know what this is about yet. Suspect Pursuit. This is what we're all here for. No A rank to try out, but Hilda. So the game will explain it, but the way Hilda works is she has stacks. And where's her stacks ability? Intel Collector, is this it? No, Intelligence. Okay. A special mark that increases damage by 1% and can stack up to 600 times. That's what Hilda's about. Hilda is all about getting her 600 stacks and turning into an absolute monster with the rest of the Orm Secretum Centers, which right now is just Hypatia. So the idea is that she's really weak at the start because it takes her a while to get 600 stacks. But the closer she gets to 600 stacks, the stronger she is. And she gets major benefits for the first 90 stacks. So really, like, your goal is to get to 90. And if you happen to get to 600, like, bon appetit, like, you're eating well. Hilda, yeah, stacked is a word that I could use to describe Hilda. Yeah, that's a true statement. And I believe, I'm not sure about this one, but I believe she works in the same way that Hypatia does, where like her summon comes out at the start of the fight and you have to kind of protect and defend it, right? Yeah. She starts with it. When she casts her ultimate, it comes from her Intel Collector, just like Hypatia. Okay. You know, I was not expecting them to come from that direction. Intel Collector. Oh, is that the stack count on the machine itself? 38 stacks? 42 stacks? It's really neat that they show the stacks there. I don't think I'm winning this challenge. I think I messed up somewhere. What did I do wrong? Was I supposed to summon creatures on this grid deal 30% more damage? Yeah, I was supposed to put my Intel Collector over there. Okay, there you go, Mr. Intel Collector. Bop. Okay, it has like a Aura Pulse. I actually didn't know about the Aura Pulse. But it's like shooting around itself. Instead of like Hypatia was like shooting others. This one has a little pulse that it sends out an AoE around it, which is interesting. We did not get to 90 stacks. So you can see how like slow that stacks, right? Like you're supposed to get to 600. It was at 50 something when that stage ended. I need an Orem team guide for dummies. It's so bad, so confusing, full of text. Yeah, I will be working on one. I'm trying to get this one out like ASAP, like tomorrow morning. That's my goal. It's just a lot of footage I have to collect, but I already have like the script written and ready. I just need to collect all the footage to go with it. But the TLDR is that there's too many words to describe a very straightforward playstyle. The only part where it gets intricate and difficult is specifically regarding how to the team compositions, because the hard part about the team is that they don't work with traditional buffs, because all the damage is coming from the summons. And if you're using, like, let's say Infer and you buff Hilda, buffing Hilda doesn't buff her summon. And you don't really care if Hilda's buffed, you only care if the summon is buffed. So you need to be a little bit more picky with your teammates to make sure that the summons are being buffed appropriately. And that's really the only like difficult parts of the Orm Secretum team. You have other characters like Reforged 11. She plays around that because Reforged 11 is able to summon her summons on like command. So like Reforged 11 can wait 30 seconds into the fight, get like 5 buffs put on her, and then summon her summons. But when you're looking at Hypatia and Hilda, their summons are summoned at the start of the fight. So they only have the buffs active that were active at the start of the fight. If you wait 30 seconds and then buff Hilda, it doesn't do anything. You have to be very careful about our teammates. I think Orm Secretum team is sort of a Reforged summon team, but for long fights and the sinners aren't dealing damage. I don't know. I'm not sure if I read that correctly. I feel like there's 2 thoughts in there, but maybe I'm just brain farting. I'm looking to play Orm, but I'm worried how overwhelming all the summons will be when I were to place them. That's probably is going to be difficult. Like having eight different things on the screen that you have to pay attention to. That's probably going to be a little overwhelming. It was kind of overwhelming with Hypatia, just Hypatia, because you have to be careful where Hypatia is placed and her turret's placed. And her turret, if it dies, like there's no way to bring the turret back. You got to protect the turret, and that was like a difficult part with playing it with Hypatia before Hilda came out. Hopefully Hilda makes it easier. Anyways, if you guys haven't logged in today yet, you get 10 pulls. So enjoy your 10 pulls. They just kind of give it to us. And for clarification on this compensation, why we're getting these 10 pulls, they say it's in compensation for Hypatia's skill adjustments. That kind of leans into what I was saying earlier, where it's really difficult to buff the Orm Secretum sinners because of the way their summons come out at the start of the battle. So they ended up changing Hypatia's skill to work with resonance, which is what Hilda's new mechanic is called. So now Hypatia's turrets can be buffed by Hilda, and that's the only change that was made. But they gave us 10 pulls for it, so we take those. Congratulations, Hypatia now works with the new mechanic. Take 10 pulls. Let's try to find which one. It's so weird trying to read through all the UI text nowadays. There it is. The skill becomes Resonance Auric Resonance. That's where it's hidden. While Gilded Machina is in the Resonance state, the skill becomes Resonance Auric Resonance. And that purely means it works with Hilda. That's all that it means. By the way, is Reforged Adela one of the Umbra Core or an Umbra Crit team still working on a Reforge? So one of the great things about Adela, and one of the reasons why the guide has taken so long, is that Adela's really, 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 really flexible, and she can work in like pretty much any setting. As like her best partner is Jelena, and Jelena does like make her almost twice as good. So like Jelena, yes, but outside of that, like use whoever. She works with Umbra Core. She works with just like traditional buffers like Shin and LL, Cabernet, Lady Pearl, all of those. You can splash her into teams. You can run triple buff. You can run Adela as like a secondary DPS just to like burst down the boss cores or burst down the boss after its core broken. Like Reforged Adela is really flexible, and it's so much information to put into a guide. I didn't realize how big of an undertaking it would be. But yeah, use her wherever. If you want her to be the star of an Umbra Core, that works. If you want her to be like a 2-unit splash onto like weak spot, like take the weak spot team to clear out all the mobs, and then just run Adela and Jelena next to them to do all the boss damage. That works. That is a really strong team comp. Saw people use her with Margaret. I'm sure they use her with Margaret. Yeah, and Adela, like that is another one of the things about Adela. She does work with every support too. And that's like another part that's going to be difficult to explain when I finally get around to the guide. Let me find that skill. Okay. Adela's skill damage increases by 100% of her normal attack damage bonus. So what this means is that even though, like normally when you're looking at team compositions, you see that a team does skill damage. So like, okay, I'm going to put LL on this team. Other times with like Augustus is dealing normal attack damage. So it's like, okay, I'm not using LL. Instead, I'm going to use Lady Pearl. But Adela turns all normal attack into skill damage. So even though Adela is a skill damage character, she still works with Lady Pearl. And that's just an unbelievable amount of flexibility. It also means that she works really well with Shin, because Shin's buffs, let me find those. So Shin makes it so that people get up to a 40% stronger normal attack buff. With Adela, that 40% normal attack buff is also a 40% skill damage buff. And that's pretty good. How important are the shackles? Not very important. I would say completely skippable. Honestly. I have her at high shackles, but they don't do anything. This one is kind of good. But honestly, like, worst comes to worst, you just grab this. You get 3 points, you like lose out on this and this node. You lose out a little bit of damage and you get this, and it doesn't matter. It's just, she's perfectly fine at S0. Like, I'm not getting anything out of these shackles. The only shackle that I would actually get something from is shackle 4, and that's just for speedrunning. Very, very low. I mean, she needs her ECB 3. Like, her ECB 3 is mandatory. If you don't have ECB 3, then you're crying. That's super unfortunate. But outside of the ECB, very, very low investment character. Okay, it is 4:15, which means the banner's up. There it is. Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's use our free 10 pools. I'm getting her from 10 pools. Is it too much to ask to just get her on the first 10 pool? Yes, it is. I got a min pool instead. All right, we're at 40. This is our last chance to be lucky. After this, we are either average or unlucky. Oh. Not looking good. Okay, this is going to be average if we get her here. I don't know yet. Either S0 or S1. I'm not sure. Ooh, 2 min pools. Ooh. All right, we're changing the song. That's what it is. It's the song. We got to change the song around a bit. Okay, here we go. This song won't let me down. Turn my own personal volume up too. Okay. We're officially in unlucky territory. Told you Angel wouldn't let me down. Yes, Hilda has picky music tastes. It's confirmed. It is confirmed. I had to put on my favorite song, and she's just like, okay, I'll show up now. Nah, no 2-in-1. No 2-in-1. Not even sure if it's Hilda yet, to be honest. We could get our S611 here. All right. All right. All right. I'm not the biggest Jelena fan. I'm not the biggest Jelena fan. Is Jelena's S3 like super broken? I actually don't know. It sounds super broken. Give her to you guys? Hey, I would trade you guys a Jelena. I would trade you guys a Jelena. Oh my god, there's so many buttons to click. Okay, I can spend money over here. I can spend money over here. I can spend money over here. I can also spend money over here and pick up my daily free supplies. Okay. We have new attires. I'm not the biggest fan of any of these attires, I'll be honest. Like this one, I think the base Yugo skin is just better. And I do not like this one. I do not like parfaits. This like old-timey Victorian era stuff, it ain't it. Ain't it. Ain't it. I could see why people like blues, but again, I think her base skin's better. Like this one's not bad, but her base skin is really good. This one's a little stiff in comparison. And then I don't know why I don't like Moore. I don't like Moors. Everybody else loves Moors. I don't like Moors. And Thistle in particular, I really like Thistle as like that edgy scene kid. And I don't like this like softer side of her. I wanted her skin to be much more like aggressive and metal. Not kind of more innocent. Oh, we got new mementos? Oh, this is chapter 8 stuff. I mean, that's a pretty good loading screen, don't you guys think? Like, that one hits kind of hard. And I know people are going to love the Hamill stuff. People love Hamill. That is a pretty good... yeah. People are already loving the Hamill stuff. Those are pretty good ones, I'm not going to lie. That one's not my favorite. Like, that could be any center, honestly. It doesn't have to just be Hamill. But the other ones are very good. Now there's a new permanent one. Oh. Oh. Okay, I like all of these. Like, that one's cool. That one's really good. That's a really good one. Shins, like, that's incredible. Oh, Pilgia's interrogation. I think that actually might just be her ECB. It's one of the two. Hestia. Hestia looks good there. Like, that's a good shot of Hestia. Vanilla. Yep. On top of her time traveling machine. Who else we got? Okay, this is a bad shot of Mantis. That's not even really art. That's just like a screenshot of her mid-conversation in the story. Drea, I'm not a big fan of the child Drea. Victoria. Ooh, I wasn't expecting Victoria. Okay. This one looks like really realistic. Like, you go over to Victoria and it's very like stylistically drawn. And then you go over to Lisa, and Lisa's like looks like it's supposed to be more realistic. Bai Yi, okay. Hikate and the candy, finding out that she does in fact have emotions and preferences. And the 99 art is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick some of those up. But as of right now, I need to go to the arrest exchange. Because I need more pulls. What do you think? 40 pulls are going to be enough? I just go to 50. Let's just break the bank and go to 50. I'm not going to be using these for anything else. Oh, yeah, those are the mirages, aren't they? That would make sense. Okay, and the new event. Obtain Psychic Blight Challenge attempts to unlock. That's ominous. Okay, I need to get out of this Oak Casket music stage. They just keep throwing Oak Casket songs at me, and it's just too heavy. We found out that Hilda has refined tastes, so I have to put on Undefined Red. Okay, here we go. We gotta really crank up the undefined red. Let me start over. Crank up the volume. It's all you're gonna be able to hear is undefined red. I hope you guys like the song.
Me to look up to the sky, hear the silence. Oh, darling,
Forgive me now.
take me out of the pain. The red is bright, too hard to define. So
It's all in the music choice, baby. All in the music choice. Oh, darling. Ooh, ooh, yeah.
like a cat, it's not life is not enough, even to realize. Look up to the sky.
Pull it on the beat drop. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, we can skip the rest of this.
Darling, forgive me now. Take me out of the pain. The red is bright, too hard to define. So much despair, so many curses. Oh, darling. Oh, darling.
Okay, reining back in the music a little bit.
It's a danger like ecstasy.
I think that's a good volume. Might be a little loud. Especially since this is a quiet part of the song.
Is my melody. The death pays me.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Do we go for S1 or do we stop at S0? Are we going for the S1? I mean, it's pretty nice. It helps you in like BFL stuff, like small, shorter stages. That's my question. Do I go for shackles or do I just call it at S0? I'm not actually sure like how difficult it is to get stacks. So I honestly don't really know how important the first 30 stacks are. And those first 30 stacks give us damage against elite and boss enemies, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think your shackles are pretty goated. I try to stay away from the deeper shackle stuff just because if I try to make videos using deeper shackle stuff, the comments get really angry with me because I'm a whale. They don't like it when I'm a whale. So. All right, let's try for S1. I'm not entirely confident. Let's rank her up first. Let's do that. And then we'll come back for S1. People are saying her event is good. It better be real good because I'm breaking the bank. Breaking the reserves, not the bank, not the physical real life bank. I'm breaking the fake path to nowhere reserve resources for her S1. That's why we kept getting so many Oak Casket songs. The shuffle got turned off at some point. So we're listening to a really strange song. Oh no, we're skipping the Peggy song. No, I ain't doing that. Nope, I'm not listening to Ode to Sun either. Okay, we could do a Graves song. Graves works. Okay, she's got some pretty ominous voice lines, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, they're pretty ominous. Okay, we got her P3. We've shown her respect. Now let's get her S1. There we go. Woo! All right, we're a Graves fan now. All right. Thank you, chat, for suggesting that I go for S1. It paid off. Okay, now honestly, I'm hoping one Hilda, like Hilda first, and then not Hilda. Those are my hopes. Hilda first, then not Hilda. That is not Hilda. God damn it, Eddie, you will not leave me the fuck alone. Eddie will not leave me the fuck alone. But hey, we take it, you know, 10 pulls, you know, you take those. You take those. Can't complain. Yeah, absolute win. And going for the S5. Just a quick little 10 pulls on Rahu. Just a quick little 10 pulls in, out, going for the Rahu S5. Chat, I'm not a whale, I promise. I promise I'm not a whale. Chat, I'm not a whale. You guys see it in real time. S611. S611. That's what we're here for, baby. S611. But with S611 also comes S5 Rahu. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Okay, those were some good pulls. Those were some good pulls, man. Look, I just pulled 11. She doesn't even show up because I can't upgrade her anymore. My 11 does not care that she is S6 now. I can't do anything. Okay, Hilda, welcome to the team. Eddie, you are now also S5. But I hate to do it to you, Eddie. You have to be my third S5. You can't be... Not my third. My third non-limited S5. You can't be my second non-limited S5. Where's Rahu at? Rahu, you first. S5 Rahu. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and now, yes, Eddie, you can also be S5. I have not reforged Eddie yet. Eddie is sitting here like on the bench. But whenever I do get around to reforging Eddie, she is S5 ready to go. Okay, let's skip the rest of this Ode to Sun song, even though it's almost over already. This one works. Let's do Joyride. Joyride's good. I'll lower the volume just a wee little bit. I did a lot more than a wee little bit. Okay, that works. Reforged Eddie is strong. I haven't used it yet, though. I've seen a lot of like footage and stuff. There's a few channels that I watch very regularly, and one of them, X-Wides, you guys hear me talk about X-Wides from time to time. He used a lot of Reforged Eddie, and he made her look very good. But I just haven't had a chance to reforge her yet. I've been out of reforged materials perpetually. Okay. Now, I have a lot of soul marks to go around. For each stack of intelligence carried by Intel Collector, Hilda's energy recovery speed increases by 1 up to 30%. This is a resonance skill. When Intel Collector is in resonance state, the skill changes to resonance loss signal. So she gets faster energy recovery speed. And if you have it at the max ECB, it gets faster the longer the fight goes. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this up. Let's get this up. This is the good one. This is her like supportive node here. I'm just gonna grab all 118 of those. Hilda can do some like sauce on her own, but she's mainly here as like to enable the Orb Secretum team. So anybody who like enables any ability that enables the rest of the team, that's kind of what you want to look out for. I think she buffs resonance with Orm Center's energy gain with her ECB. Buffs resonance with Orm Secretum Center's. Man, I'm having a hard time reading today. Like I'm seeing the words, and like the individual words make sense, but I am struggling to like take home a message from it. I don't know what it is. I guess it's vacation brain. Okay. Level these up to supply chest. Oh, I didn't think I had very many of these. So I need 10 for this one and 6 here, so grab 16 of these. Supply chest. What are these songs, man? Flower duet? That's what I'm talking about. Give me some Rain Burst. Hey, now that we're on Rain Burst, let's take a brief intermission, go back to Rahu for a second. So I want you guys to see that my Rahu is 10, 10, 10, 10. And now she has been fully reforged, right? As of today, she got max shackles. And now my Rahu is as strong as a Rahu could possibly get. Rahu cannot get any stronger. It is impossible for a Rahu to get any stronger than mine. There you go, Rahu. Congratulations, you deserve it. Now, my first 2 fully maxed centers, the first one was 11. She hit S5. All of her skills were already 10, 10, 10, 10. And then I did give her the ECB 3 and she's level 90. So she's like fully maxed. Rahu is now the second one that's fully maxed, level 90, full reforge, 10, 10, 10, 10, ZCB 3, the works. I also do have some of the limited centers. Shalom. Shalom does not have ECB 3, and also because she doesn't have a reforge, I kept her at level 70. And with Augustus, she is fully full except for her level. So whenever I have like a reason to bring her to 90, she'll also join the team of being like fully maxed out. But right now it's just 11 and Rahu or fully maxed. Okay, back to Hilda. I don't think her auto attack matters, but I'm still gonna level this up. Because this... Where is the info that talks about her intel collector? And does not perform normal attacks. Where's the thing that says, like, the intel collector doing damage? There's so much text, dude. This isn't even like a Hilda problem. It's like the new UI that they used. Like if I go over to Augustus is the most brain dead center in the entire game to play. But if you read her skill, dude, this is too much text. Like you don't need that much text to explain what Augustus does. So it's not, this isn't the Hilda problem. It's a UI text problem, but there's just so much text here that I'm struggling to like figure out. Like I know what she does, but I can't find the word that says she does it. Intel collector triggers intel collection once. Attempts to gather intelligence for each allied center present and one additional stack of intelligence mark for each Aurum set. Okay, so I know the intel collector does like a pulse of damage occasionally. Where's the thing that says it does a pulse of damage? Is it this? No. I give up. Okay, let me catch up on chat. I worded that weird. I'm just saying I think Hilda will buff Hypatia and eventually Array has energy gain too. Oh, okay. So you think that the ECB, because it works through resonance, will affect other Aurum Secretum people. The summoners, yeah, the summoners of summoned creatures in the resonant state also gain energy recovery speed. That is a really good piece of information to know. Thank you for pointing that out. Do you recommend Hilda to be pulled for new players started on Augustus? No. Maybe. So I think Hilda is the easiest skip that we've had in a long time. But if you don't have any magic team, like you have Augustus, so you have true damage teams, so it doesn't your teams don't matter. You can just use Augustus everywhere. But if you want a magic damage team, then Aurum Secretum could be your magic damage team. The problem there is that if you want to use Hilda, you also have to have Hypatia, and her banner just ended. I thought I was going to pull her up, but Hypatia's banner just ended. So you have to wait for the Hypatia rerun in like a month. And then even when you have those two together, they are like specialized for long fights, not quick ones. So if you don't have a magic damage team and you want one, it's not a bad magic damage team, but you are going to struggle with like the time limited contents. Like this is a longer battle team for sure. But again, the next like 2-3 months of banners, almost all of them are going to be regarding summons. So like all of the upcoming banners are going to help Hilda become better, but even then, like this is a team for longer fights, not for shorter ones. The Aurum team is very S-rank dependent and wants higher investment. Yes. Okay. Let's use her. So crime brands. Do we have any like consistency on crime brands? Are we just using like damage crime brands? Or are we using like energy income crime brands? Like what are we doing there? It looks like the internet is recommending damage. But I'm not sure if I want to do just damage, right? Like, don't I want energy income on her? Yeah, if you're new, I still recommend picking up Adela, even if you can't use her immediately. Just picking up Adela because like she is just that good. But when you do get her fully upgraded, she really is just that good. So it's a good long-term plan to have. But everyone else is right. Like when you first get Adela, she's not going to seem all that powerful, but she's a great long-term plan. So it gives you something to work towards, if nothing else. Okay, so I'm a little torn because I'm seeing the internet in a few places. They're recommending damage crime brands, but honestly, I think inversion slash is just going to be the way to go to like alleviate her like stacking concerns that she has. So I'm gonna go with inversion slash for now, and if I hate it, I hate it. We'll go away from that. Okay, let's actually use her in some gameplay. Let's go to BFL. Her weakest content. I can literally use none of those. I can. Hilda and Hypatia are magic damage, normal attacking monsters, and I have skill damage, which doesn't work, true damage, which doesn't work, and then none of these four are on the team. Come on. I can't use any of these buffs either. I'm not using Umbras. I'm not using Enduras. Okay, this is miserable. I can use the magic damage. I have one usable buff. Okay, maybe the Hilda guide doesn't come out tomorrow because there's no way I'm going to be able to get BFL footage from this. These buffs are just horrendous. These are horrendous buffs. Okay, that actually hurts to look at. She's so bad. Okay. I have not made a team for it yet, I don't think. Let's go ahead and make one. Team is Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. We're going to make this the Aurum Secretum team. We're going to clear all those guys out. And we're going to start off with Hilda. And then Hypatia. And that's really the entire team. Like, that's about as strong as it gets, honestly. So we still have the same problems that we did earlier, where like the Aurum Secretum summons are very difficult to buff. So traditional buffers don't work, and you have to do some really weird things for it to happen. The first really weird thing that happens is Shin. Even though Shin's ultimates can't apply to the... I don't think the ultimate applies to the turrets. Her normal attack does. Her like first passive, that does apply. And then when we're looking at Lady Pearl Staged also applies. So we're going to use that as well. But then after that, I don't think there's anybody... Oh, wait. Eve buffs all summons. That's right. And then Stargazer Stargazer just makes them take more damage from summons, and I'm pretty sure that works. And I think that's as strong as it gets. I think it's literally just these 6. I mean, you could use Summer. You could use Reforged Summer and take her normal attack stuff. And it's not a bad idea because you're already running Eve, so like running Summer makes it better. You'd be missing out on Jelena, but you know, that's a price you pay. Who else could you possibly bring into this team? Your other options are like Raven, make them take more damage. For new players on a Magic team, I recommend you go Shin, Jelena, Hitomi. I haven't read anything about Hitomi, but she's still like 3 months out, so it's a little bit of a whiles to wait. I mean, for long term, yeah, absolutely. Again, I haven't read Hitomi, but I'm assuming she's good because she's part of the collab. But I don't know. New players, they kind of usually they want like within the first month, they want to be able to have like a idea of what their team looks like. So I don't know. It's a difficult spot because there's nothing good coming out in the next month. I think the last one that works here is going to be Hecate, because she reduces their magic resist, and that helps in a roundabout way. I think this is like literally everybody that works. Okay, let's put this little bad boy in there. And these songs, I keep getting like songs that are really annoying to me. I'm just gonna go to Diddy Night Song, and I'm just gonna play through all the Diddy Night Song songs. Turning off shuffle. Okay, shuffle is off. Welcome to Diddy Night Song. Music is now fixed. Okay. Figure out what I want to run on Crime Brands is going to be interesting. Interesting is the word I will use. Because there's nothing that I really want to use. You, I will give Heartache. You, I will give Energy 2. And then Summer would want to run very specific set. This one. And I think that's what I want the team to look like. It's going to be really difficult to make use of this this Oasis Crime brand, but I mean, there's nothing else that can go there, so. Yeah, Ode to Sun, just like, I got a bit of a headache now because those Ode to Sun songs are just like very, I don't want to say pitchy, but you're right, they're very bouncy with the volume level. Okay. Orm team. Got Hypatia, my girl. Got Hilda. Got Lady Pearl. And then we can bring in Shin. I'm going to double check that Stargazer works with this. I believe she does. Enemies take more damage from summoned creatures. Yeah, that does absolutely affect the Orm Secretum team. But we're going to bring Eve first. And then we're kind of left in this spot where it's like, okay, Stargazer for more damage or Raven for core breaking. That's kind of what our like decision is going to come down to. I think those 5 are very solid 5 sets. I'm actually not sure what's better, Eve or just bringing like a straight up reforged Stargazer. I'm not sure which one of those 2 is better. It might actually just be bring reforged Stargazer over Eve. That might be the answer, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I am running Paradise Regained on Stargazer, and that helps with the core breaking. You're right. Okay, yeah, let's try that. We have for core breaking. We have Stargazer, Lady Pearl, and Hilda. That should be enough. And remember, our buffs are like literally non-existent, so don't expect too. I guess I could do this. It's either that or magic damage. They're both kind of questionable. Let's try it. Okay, here we go. So many things on my screen. Okay, Hypatia's turret ended up over here. The intel collector ended up over here. I have to put the Stargazer orbs down. I'm going to put those in the back. Then I have to summon Eve's thing. It's a lot of information to process. And I'm already late on the Hilda cast because honestly I should have hit these guys immediately. Okay, let's do this again on slow. Because this is a lot of information to process. Yeah, see, I missed. It's too slow even then. Okay, we got the core break. Just gotta summon all of my summons now. Get this online. Get this Big Daddy core break off. Hit those guys. Bring Lady Pearl over here to damage share. Okay, I don't know how I'm hurting this guy. I'm not, that's the answer. Okay, I just wait for them to spawn naturally. Man, the energy cost on this is higher than I thought it would be. Like, it's hard to meet the core break requirements because the energy cost is so high. Yeah, I haven't even had like a chance to cast Hypatia, right? Probably should use Lysandra just to help with core breaks. You're right. Like, this isn't working. Stargazer isn't the play. I didn't even put Lysandra on the team. I don't know why I didn't think of her. Okay. Minor adjustment. Teams or not Stargazer. Use Lysandra. And we try again. Again, buffs are non-existent. We just have Eve, that's all. Too slow. Okay. Put Lysandra over here, and we go fast. Summon the bear. Should have done that in the other order, but oh well. We are here now. Okay, I have to damage share. Let's give another energy to Lysandra ahead of time. Okay, apply all of our buffs. Burn through all of my energy and there's another wave spawn, so this was a mistake. Man, we're doing nothing. Like, genuinely nothing. Oh, that's bad. I mean, this is already lost because we lost Hypatia. But I still want to just play it out and get more used to the team. Doing legitimately no damage. Okay. I can see why people don't recommend are not recommending this inversion slash more heavily. Even with inversion slash, like, I can't tell that I'm getting an energy income. Okay, let's look for... The song is too loud. Here, I turned it down for me, but I'll turn it up for you guys. It's a little bit more balanced. Looking for creation. And then what's that newer set called? It's 1 and 2 slot. It's... I feel like I've glossed over it like a dozen times already. It's the summon set. Where's the summon set at? Paired with that. There it is. Yeah, I was staring at it. Okay, promote this. Yeah. And I guess that's where my head was at. I'm just like trying to maximize the number of stacks. But like, I'm not getting any benefit in BFL because it's just too fast. I can't make use of the energy income. And Hilda's actually hitting really hard. Like really, really hard. For the waves at least. I'm not doing any boss damage, which is concerning. Let's switch over from Eve and let's just do the mag damage thing. Orm is definitely not made for Dark Zone, that's true. But I figured I could make it work. We're going to try and optimize as much as we can, and if we can get it working to at least like a 250k, then I will be happy there.
Right here in the twilight zone, where shadows are fading away, till souls are finding a way of their own.
So much micromanaging. Holy shit.
But they're not meant to stay in the sunlight too bad. Twilight dwell in the
Okay, so this pulse is going to kill this wave and force the next wave to spawn. That's micromanaging the intel collector is going to be a useful piece of optimization. Should have done this in a different order. Oh well. These waves are just so thick I can't even use Hypatia. I've got to keep using it on Hilda. I don't have the energy to keep going. Yeah, ending that whole session here with no energy is painful. Haven't even reached 90 stacks yet. Oh yeah, this is not recommended. All right, catch you later, SMR. Yeah, this is a lot rougher than I anticipated. Which, you know, this is why we do testing, to like become aware of these kind of facts. This is like, I knew it was going to be bad in Dark Zone. I didn't know it would be abysmal. I don't think Eve is doing anything. Maybe Eve is saving it, but I don't think Eve is doing anything. And I think Shin is kind of a troll addition on this team as well. I think if I want to make this work, I really do need to run like Raven, Raven for sure, and then I don't know, Hecate. Like I think I need more sources of just general clear to like pave the way so that I'm not just wasting all of my SP on just core breaking. Because right now I'm just using all of my SP on Lysandra and I'm not accomplishing anything out of it. When both Hilda and Hypatia are so energy demanding. And I'm not really playing to their strengths at all. But even if I do make like drastic changes to this team, I don't think it's going to accomplish much. But I will still try it. The big concern that I have here is if I do include other people and I'm not including Shin, then they're going to take a lot of damage. I think I need Stargazer for the damage, and I think I need Raven to help out with core breaking. Stargazer has the depth of restricted access, which will help with not having Shin. But even then, I'm going to take some pretty heavy hits. So I have to be careful in that regard. Not confident that this will work, but let's see what happens. LL could help with energy income. You won't improve my damage at all. Maybe LL's the answer. I'm gonna pass on LL for now. Like, energy income's a big deal, but I've also got to worry about damage. And Stargazer and Raven are both like huge damage dampers. Okay, let's try this again. Forgot to put it on slow-mo. Get these two out because they are super important. Let's just core break with this. Get energy out to as many people as possible before we break. And we can... so much damage. Oh, it's so hard to play, man. There's so many moving parts. We just don't do anything despite all the moving parts. Yeah, that's a no for me. I'm done there. That is painful. There's nah. Okay, I gotta make myself feel better. So we're gonna do that same thing. We're just gonna bring Augustus real quick. That was so much rougher than I anticipated. Go short blade. Okay. The massive difference between these two teams is going to be hilarious. Okay, so you go from like struggling, like not even coming close to 240k, like literally not even close, and then first try 283k with the Shattered Blade team. So if you have the anniversary centers, use the anniversary centers. That's what my testing has told me. I thought the Aurum Secretum team would be a lot more usable and shorter battles, but it has proven to be very, very, very rough. And just using the proven formula. But it's just night and day difference. Okay. I don't know, man. That feels bad. That's what we pretty much need, right? The fourth Aurum Secretum Center who just says for the next 15 seconds, let's pretend Hilda has 600 stacks. And like, maybe I'm just playing around it wrong, right? Because Hilda has so much text that honestly, I can't say that I comprehensively know every line of text on Hilda yet. It's just too much information. Like if you asked me to like fully understand what resonance meant right now, I really couldn't tell you. When Intel Collector is in resonant state, how do I know it's in resonant state? Like, see, this is what I should be doing. I should be able to get Hilda into play, and whenever I cast Hilda, it also casts Hypatia. That's what I should be able to have. But I don't think I saw that at all during those Dark Zone runs. And I know it's talking about when it's in resonant state, but how do I get to resonant state? I gotta skip this dubstep song. Am I like not looking in the right place? Like, how do I get into resonance? Is there like a spot that I'm just like overlooking? Okay, so this is where it says it does damage. When Intel Collector triggers Intel Collector. God, this. Okay, I just have to. I'm gonna stop the music real quick. Like, we have to have a serious conversation here right now. Only Iria gives resonance. Oh, so we don't even have the resonance yet. Okay, that explains a lot. I thought somewhere in this massive wall of text, Hilda was giving resonance, but we don't even have resonance yet as a mechanic. Noted. That's awful. That is awful. But I've got to complain to Anzo directly here. I know you guys try to clean up the UI. You guys have implemented a lot of quality of life features. And I really do appreciate like a keyword popping up and being able to click on that keyword and see what that keyword means. But why does that keyword have 4 keywords inside of the keyword? Why do I click on Intel Collection, then I have to click on Intel Collector, and then I have to click on Intelligence and Aurum Secretum device and Intelligence again? Like, why do I need all of this information to read this? And more on top of that, when I go to Mania Intensity, why does it say when Intel Collector triggers Intel Collector? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's so hard to read. It's not even Intel Collector. It's when Intel Collector triggers Intel Collection. It's just not typed correct. Not even Anzo can figure out what their skills are supposed to be saying right now. Like, look, you click on Intel Collector, and the Intel Collector blurb pops up. You click on Intel Collector 2, and Intel Collection pops up. Those are 2 different things. I hate it. I hate it. I hate this UI so much. I hate it so much. Okay. Okay, I get it. She works with resonance, but resonance isn't in the game yet, so she can't do anything. She can't do what she's built for. So the only thing that she does right now is wave clear a small little itty bit amount of core break and um provides very very minor buffs. Because honestly, these buffs ain't doing shit yet. So 18% more damage, and another 18% more damage. So 36% more damage. That's a good amount. Like that's a good start. Is it just to herself or is that to everybody? Intel Collector gains the following buffs. Okay. And then if you're in a resonance, then it applies to all summoned creatures. Okay, so you need Irea for this to be useful. Because like this right now is not cutting it. Even when you have like bandwidth boost. Each stack of intelligence increases Intel Collector's magic damage by 1%. The buff effects of intelligence also apply to other Aurum Secretum tech. But intelligence is not Song of Tomorrow. So the only way that Song of Tomorrow is buffing Hypatia is if you're in resonance, which doesn't exist yet. So right now, the only way that Hilda and Hypatia work together is with bandwidth boost. And bandwidth boost is half a percentage of damage for every intelligence you have. So if you have 100 intelligence, you are increasing the damage by 50%. And you end the Dark Zone stage. Like the timer runs out and you're at 100 stacks. Okay. It's bad. That's my ultimate review on it. It's bad. So throw away Hypatia and slap Arcane Crit on her. It's the only way. Maybe. Does Arcane Crit work with the Intel Collector? So I thought I was under the impression, because there's too much text on Hilda. I was under the impression that Hilda had a way to enter the resonant state and would affect all Aurum Secretum monsters. That's what I thought was happening. But it turns out Irea is the one giving the resonance. So if you want to use this team, you do need Hypatia, Hilda, and Irea. You need all three of them to be functional. That's super obnoxious, if I'm being honest. As a standalone unit, Hilda was doing really good at wave clear. I'll say that much. But I really thought that I would spam Hilda's ultimate 6 times, and then I'd smack the boss twice with Hypatia and it would die. But Hypatia is not even getting buffed by Hilda. And she doesn't really get buffed by Hilda until Irea comes out. And then they do have some synergy. Actually, they have a lot of synergy at that point. Because when we're in that mode, where is resonance? A special state that only Aurum Secretum tech summoned creatures can enter through specific methods. When a summoned creature is in resonant state, cast its summoner's ultimate. Other summoned creatures in the resonant state will also cast the respective summoner's ultimates. So the way this is going to work is that you use Hilda's ult, and she kind of just copies out Hypatia's ult. So they do just like straight up work together. You use one, the other is cast. You cast Hilda, Hypatia is cast. You cast Hypatia, Hilda is cast. It just doesn't do it yet. It does it next month. Okay. I'm exhausted. Too much reading. Okay, real quick. I have to complain about the UI one more time. And I'm not like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm the smartest guy in the room, right? But I do have to say that I'm in the engineering business, right? That's my profession. I do engineering. I do construction prints and all this other stuff. Analysis, structural loading, all this other crazy stuff. Most of the time, I'm just making permits, to be honest. But you know what? That's a different story. But when I tell you that I'm reading through like engineering text and specs and analysis reports and load bearing analyses and all this other stuff that we do, I'm reading through our process guides, I'm trying to figure out like the backwards ways that like engineering software works, because every engineering software ever built is for some reason like the most unyieldy piece of crap the world has ever seen. Even when I'm going through all of this super technical jargon, it's still easier to read than this one skill. I can read 20 pages of standards easier than I can read this. Just what's on my screen right now. It's so much. This is too much. It's too much. The UI is bad. I think it's mostly the UI. I think like if you abandoned how this is worded, you could find a much more elegant way to word this. Like if you just removed the keywords and just explained it normally, I think it would be communicated easier. But trying to cater to the keywords and give enough information for those keywords to be complete, it's just too much text. Array will be able to cast Hilda's ult, so 2 core breaks. Yeah, that'll be nice. When we get Araya, I will revisit this team. But right now, this team is bad. They don't do anything, honestly, which is disappointing. Shame, but I don't see a way around it right now. Like Hypatia is not getting any benefit yet. She's just getting the raw numbers from intelligence, which at max is going to be 300% more damage. But that's not really doing anything, because like even if you have Hypatia like at 300 or at 600 stacks and you have Hypatia and Hilda together, my big problem here that I'm running into is one, like we're not making use of this resonance thing, which is the reason you're going to be using Orm Secretum creatures in the first place, because they all resonate together. But we can't do that yet. And the other thing that I don't like is that the Song of Tomorrow, like Hilda's like big shining star of what she does, these 30 and 90 stacks, they don't affect Hilda, or they don't affect Hypatia. This only affects Intel Collector. So it doesn't really matter if I have 90 stacks and increase my ultimate damage by 18%, because it doesn't do anything for Hypatia, who's supposed to be doing all the damage. It just does it for Hilda. And that's disappointing to see right now. I'm going to be very, like, even if it does very well in Tide of Ashes here, I'm still going to be very critical of the Orm Secretum team, because they're not playing well together. I'm not even worried about that. Like, if Hypatia's problem was that she doesn't work with any centers. Like, you can't use Hypatia and Infer. You can't use Hypatia and Shin, doesn't really work. They kind of work. You can't use Hypatia and Yugo. You can't use Hypatia and LL. You can't use Hypatia and Cabernet. Like, there's just so many like common ways to buff up your team that Hypatia just doesn't benefit from. And the idea of Hilda was that Hilda was supposed to come in and say, "Oh, Hypatia now works. She now has a team." But right now she doesn't, because until Resonance is introduced, like Hilda doesn't do anything for Hypatia. They're kind of just both doing their own thing. Doing what? It's a TOA team and short battle team unless you need S3 on Hilda. Yeah, that's the complaint that I'm having right now. They're not doing enough to work together. Well, this team deals 500 million damage in TOA, so they need this team to be very restrictive and have synergies only within itself. And that is another, like, that's a point of criticism that I have, right? Like, the reason why Rahu is so good in her current state is she works on every physical team. You know, it doesn't matter. Put Rahu on Bleed, put her on Umbra Core, put her in with, like, Darren, use her with Korn and Pilgia. Like, it works. Rahu is good. But even if you have like these two, they're not even good with each other, let alone the rest of the cast. And even if they are like hitting really, really good scores, the fact that they're so restricted to like you have to have these 2 or these 3 S ranks and only these 2 or 3 S ranks, that hurts them a lot. It's hard for me to recommend Sinners when it's like, hey, in order for Demon to be useful, you have to have like his 4th shackle, and then you have to have Summer behind it, and then you also have to have LL, and then you also need Irene so that you have enough energy, and then you also need a battle long enough for him to shield stack, and then Demon is useful. Like, I can't recommend Demon at that rate. And right now, ain't no way I'm recommending like Hilda and Hypatia to anybody. Ain't no way. Maybe Irea changes that. Maybe. But right now, the restrictions that are being forced upon them because they are able to hit these really high scores, it doesn't really matter. So, low opinion. I was very optimistic coming into Hilda. I thought she was gonna work a lot better, but now that I've tested her, I'm having very low opinions. Not awful opinions. Like, I don't think she's unusable. I think Hilda on her own, like you just think of Hilda by herself, I think she actually does pretty well. Like, she was wave clearing very well in Dark Zone. Her ultimate costs pretty high. Like 30 is not, it's not easy to come around. Like, that was one of 11's problems before her reforge. But now in her reforge, they changed her ultimate cost from 30 down to 20. So like, if you're trying to use a mage, right, you want Hilda to be a wave clear center that can also break cores. Well, why would you ever use Hilda over 11 when 11 has the same like identity there and works with like the summons just like Hilda does, but 11's just doing it better. Even without reforge, I think 11 is still doing it better, honestly. So I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about Hilda right now. Okay, let's get something rolling for TOA here. Who else? Lysandra. Actually, let's do Eve and Stargaze. Do I have enough core break? No, I do not. So I have to drop like Eve and put in Lissandra. Messy. Okay, let's try that. Teams. Oh, no. Teams. Or, I don't remember how to fight this boss. So I'm going to be playing Rada's mechanics wrong at first. That hurt. Does this boss do like the damage share stuff? Or is it just AoE? That's damage share. Boss got hands. I think that's just AoE. Okay, I obviously don't know what I'm doing. And what I use Hilda on cooldown to get stacks? Is that the idea? Why does that hurt so much? There's something I'm missing? I mean, there almost undoubtedly is. Like I'm doing the fight just fine, and then I randomly get one shot. I don't remember why he's one shotting me. But I will play safer. Why did that do so much damage? I mean, I lived it this time, but like, why did it hurt so much? Okay, so core reveal here. Right? Yeah. So do this. Select those two. Still don't have enough core break. Tablet's dying. Oh, I lost the Apatia turret. Yeah, I don't know, man. In COA, I saw people use LL, Shin, Eve, Hippa, Hilda, Lissandra, hit 300 million, and they only used 5 energy charges instead of Last Stand for the final break damage. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research because, like, obviously I don't know what I'm doing, but, like, just compare it to, like, Bleed. Bleed, you just slap on the field and they work. You don't have to do anything or think too hard. It just works. I can play this on triple speed. So, I mean, I'm still misplaying, but like you guys get the idea. It's just it's too much. Um and like obviously again, I've had her for an hour now. So, I've still got a lot to learn on the character. Um I thought it was going to be a lot more straightforward, and it is still very straightforward. It's the team compositions, right? That's what it was for Hypatia. That was Hypatia's big struggle, was the team compositions, and it's still the case here today with Hilda. And if I can figure out the team compositions, like Ortimer said, the videos, the TOA videos are showing LL Shin, Eve, Hypatia, or LL Hypatia, Hilda, Lysandra. So they're going for Lysandra for whatever, LL to make that burst damage at the end bigger, and they're using 5 energy charge instead of Last Stand so they can spam out all their abilities real fast. So they're not worried about Last Stand and building up damage over time. They're worried about how long the fight is and just getting out as many Hilda intelligence stacks as possible, which makes sense. And then you have empowers so that when the intelligence is as big as it possibly gets, then you can spam out all the Hypatia or Hilda damage. I'm not even sure which one of those are the big damage dealer on the team. I would assume it's Hypatia. But again, Hypatia doesn't work with very many of Hilda's buffs, so it's kind of hard to like confidently say like, oh yeah, Hypatia is the DPS. Like I'm actually not sure. So complicated team compositionally wise. Very straightforward everywhere else. Spamming Hypatia ults at the end, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely one of these moments where I'm getting humbled. I thought Hilda was going to be very easy to play out of the box, and oh boy was I wrong. 50-50 on the 500 mil run. Hypatia and Hilda made 250 mil each. Is that with Ireha, the 500 mil one? Or is that just Hippa Hilda? Okay, it is with Ireha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And I'm assuming they're like abusing the fact that there's like the resonance, and the resonance is popping off, and like Hilda casts and Hypatia cast because Hilda cast, and Hypatia cast and Hilda cast because Hypatia cast. And it's just like ultimates flying all over the screen. Like that's what I want Orm Segripton to be, but now I have to look deeper because I've barely looked into Array at all. Barely looked into it at all. But if the resonance is easy to maintain, then I'm going to be very excited. But coming into this, I was already very excited, and I'm leaving this very not excited. Very, very whelmed. Not overwhelmed, just placated almost. Definitely humbled at the very least. Like I cannot get this to work right now. And the fact that I have to leave and like go watch videos, it's pretty rough. I can't remember the last center I had to like go and watch footage of to understand like how to make the most use of them. It's been a hot second. Once you enter resonance, they don't leave it. That's nice. That's really nice, actually. I was assuming that resonance would last for like 12 seconds or something. But if it's like you enter resonance and you're just in resonance, that's really nice. Let's read. Oh god, it's so much text. No wonder I haven't read this yet. Ireha's Mania Intensify is longer than some characters' entire kit. I'm not kidding. Where's a really simple character at? Like, we thought at the time that McQueen was really complex. And to be fair, like, McQueen's, thanks to the new UI, McQueen's kit does look very complicated. God, it's just, I don't like the UI. I don't like it. Okay, but like 99, let's look at 99's kit. She deals damage every hit. She's in this state where she deals extra damage for 13 seconds. She's gets attack speed based on her HP loss. At this, she gets damage after attacking a few times. Very straightforward kit, and that's all she does. Now, I'm going to switch over to I'm going to show my side monitor real quick. We're going to look at Ireha's Mania Intensify. Echo of Doom, Book Cycles of Anomaly, Resident. This is more text. This one, Mania Intensify, is more text than 99's entire kit. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Irea is easy. Her book has its own ult. Use book ult on Hilda once, and the rest books goes to Hypatia. I like that. Thank you for giving me the TLDR, because this is too much. Yeah, I thought bleed was complicated too when I first saw it, and now this happens. And like Odomir said, it's not even like a complicated kit. It's not a complicated playstyle. You cast a Reha on Hilda, and then you spam cast on Hypatia. That's all you do. There doesn't need to be this much text to explain that. Increasing the damage taken by all enemies within the designated area, lasting for this scene is normal attack. If Book Cycle is able to cast skills, Book Cycle will cast this skill instead of Irea. Yeah. The Levy ult trips everybody up. There's so many people who are like trying to make bleed work, and they just don't know what Levy ult does. And to be fair, like Levy's ult doesn't read like make bleed do triple damage, but that's what it effectively does. It's not triple; it's like double or something like that. It's still an absurd amount. And if there's ever a time where I'm having like a really clean run, and I'm like, yes, this is the video I'm going to upload to YouTube, and then I forget the damn Levy ult, and the entire clear is thrown out the window. Like, God damn, so close. But I forgot this one button. Okay. So, where's the part that says resonance? If Book of Cycles uses auric induction on a summoned creature already in the resonant state, the creature will gain. Nope, already in. I need for them to get into the resonant state, not already be in it. When Book of Cycles is summoned, it will automatically enter the resonant state and possess the summoned creature ultimate auric induction. Yeah, no idea how it works. I've been reading it for like 5 minutes now, and I couldn't tell you how it works. I know that the Book of Resonance is in the resonant state. But I couldn't tell you how the resonant state actually works. Nope. Man, I am too dumb for this patch. Okay, so after like an hour of testing, mainly in BFL and not knowing what I'm doing in the Tide of Ashes, because I don't remember that fight, and Tide of Ashes is like a very research heavy fight. My initial impression of Hilda is very, very, very lukewarm. It's significantly more cumbersome than I anticipated it to be. And it's difficult for me to want to recommend it. In fact, I don't think I can recommend it. Maybe I can recommend it with Ireya. But in the guide, I was going to recommend Hilda to players who don't have a magic team. And after using Hilda, I don't think I'm going to recommend her to players who don't have a magic team. I think I'm just going to say it's a highly specialized team that you grab if you already have your team's built. If you already have teams and you want more centers, like, congratulations, Hilda's a new center. But if you're trying to, like, if you're a new player and you're trying to push through the story, you're trying to push through PFL, I don't think you're getting that much value out of Hilda. Maybe like Hilda on her own is better than I'm giving her credit for. Maybe just like solo Hilda and like an arcane crit or something like that is actually decent. But I don't want to find out. Okay, there's some part of Ireya's kit, I don't see the line, but it's like you can cast her summons ult after a certain period of time has passed. So Ireya has her ult, and then Ireya's book also has its ult. So Ireya has 2 ults. This is what I'm hearing. Why did they make this so complicated? Why can't it just be like enter resonance after you cast the ultimate 3 times? That's what I want. That's what I wanted to say. Aurum Secretum summons enter resonance after casting an ability 3 times. That's what I want. I mean, that's not what we have. But I want something not reliant on Ireya for one part. Because I don't like... so I'm going to go into the things that I don't like real quick. I don't like bleed, where if you want to use Drea, you have to use these other 4. You have to. You cannot use Drea outside of this team. It doesn't work. I don't like... I don't have it on here anymore. But I don't like the Arcane Crit team, where you have to. I mean, you have to use Ying Ying. And if you want to do any amount of damage, you have to use Jelena. And if you want any amount of crit, you have to use Yugo. So at the very least, you're using 4 people, and you need all 4 of them to be successful. I don't like that. If it was more interchangeable, then we'd be having a different discussion. Like with Augustus. Sure, Augustus does work best with Singlinde. And yes, Augustus also works best with Seto. And even though those are the best 3, you don't need those to make Augustus work. Like, Augustus will work with Shin, Lady Pearl, Jelena. She'll work with the new Reforged Serpent. She'll work with Infer. She'll work with Cabernet. She works with LL because LL gives her more Shattered Blades. Like, there's so many things that Augustus works with, and it makes her really flexible. If you look at the new Adela likes Jelena, But after that, she doesn't care who her teammates are. She likes Rahu, LL, Shin. She can work in the Umbra core team. She can work with Infer, Lady Pearl, Armor Shred like Corrin. Like there's just so many teammates for Adela that makes this already really strong center really flexible. And then we get over looking at Hilda. Right now, Hilda doesn't do anything for anybody. She's just her own standalone unit. And then when Irea comes out, I'm assuming Hilda's going to be really good because that resonance sounds really strong. But for resonance to be any useful, you have to have Hypatia. So you have to have these 3 members. And it's just like the Arcane Crit thing all over again, where you have to have Yinking, you have to have Yugo, and you have to have Jelena. And if you don't have those 3, your team is garbage. Magic teams were always like this, starting with Eve and 11. Yeah, I'll give you credits there too. Like there was the 3E, and that was like a really popular, like known team for the first like 2 years of the game. Where if you didn't have these 3, if you didn't have all 3 of these S ranks, and a lot of people said even at you need them at S1, but if you didn't have those 3, then you just couldn't play the team. And that was true. Like if you didn't run. If you ran 11 without Eve, it sucked. It was hard. And for that was a little different story. Like a lot of people said you needed Infer, you didn't need Infer, but you know that's another topic entirely. Also, you didn't need Shackles. They helped. You didn't need them. It's crazy how people, like still to this day, will say that 11 needs her first shackle, and it's hard for me to talk because like I've got a max shackle 11. But it is crazy that people to this day will say that you need the first shackle on 11 for her to be useful, when that first shackle is just 20% damage. But then you go to like Pilgia. Pilgia is literally double damage. Literally double damage on that first shackle. But nobody says you need S1 Pilgia, but people will still say you need S111. It's crazy that they still stand by that. I think the specific playstyle teams can be cool, but they require a lot of investment in their specific characters. At least with Bleed and Weak Spot, they are more friendly using S ranks. Yeah, and I think that's what helps. Like, I don't put Weak Spot in that same category because, like you said, they're A ranks. And another thing about Weak Spot that's really, really, really super duper Omega convenient is if you don't have those A ranks, you come over here to the gameplay store and you pick up your Weak Spot members. They're just, even the Bleed members. The Bleed members are right here. Like, if you want to play Bleed. If you want to play Weak Spot. Like, they're very accessible. You still need the S ranks, but like, okay, for Weak Spot, you just need Bianca. If you have Bianca, then you can get the Weak Spot members. For Bleed, you need Drea and Jasmine now, but you can pick up the rest of the team very easily. When we're talking about Hilda, like Hilda just came out today, right? And for her to be useful, you're going to need Irea. So you need Hilda, you need Irea. She comes out next month. And then on top of that, you need Hypatia. So you either pre-got Hypatia like before Hilda came out, or you get Hypatia on her next rerun in like a month or two. But that requires a lot of foresight. And I can't just say like, oh, hey, you just pulled Adela? Well, here's all the things you can do with Adela. I can't do that. When we talk about Hilda, it's got to be like, oh, you got Hilda? Okay, buckle down. If you want her to be useful, you're going to have to look out for these banners in the next month. So, Margaret is also not Weak Spot exclusive. She can buff other carries. Okay, so I read Margaret's kit in a very poorly translated Google Translate when she first released. What is she doing for other people? Because like the only thing that I can think of right now is that Margaret gives crit chance, and it's like a low amount of crit chance. Is there something else that Margaret is doing? besides like 12% crit chance or something or whatever it is. Like I understand how she's so useful for weak spot, but my memory is not all that strong on Margaret. And once you have Hilda, Hypatia, Irea, their best teammates are also S ranks. Yeah. You're looking at Eve, you're looking at LL, and if you don't have those two, then you're looking at Lady Pearl and Reforged Stargazer. That's just so much, man. That's just way too. It's such a high investment team, and again, for little payoff. Like it's a niche team. You're not going to be bringing this team into BFL. So how can I recommend this to like the general audience when it's just so like demanding, and then even when it's demanding, it's very niche. That's rough. That's rough. Unfortunate is the word that I will use. Hey, the pulls from earlier in the stream were great. Oh my god, I can't believe we got 4 S ranks and 20 pulls. Just casually get the pop on Eddie and Hilda, and then get the pop on 11 Rahu. That was great. That was great. Yeah, PTN gotcha for sure. Okay, I do have to... I am going to take a second to complain about Honkai Star Rail. Okay, so anybody who's an HSR player, congratulations, here's your like bi-yearly HSR talk. I play HSR like once a month, okay? So not often. But I decided to go ahead and log into HSR yesterday, the day before, and I saw the new character, the Dahlia, and I was like, okay, you know what? I've got like 40 on pity, and I've got like 60 pulls saved from when I like, you know, haven't been pulling anybody. I'm gonna pull the Dahlia, and I'm gonna enjoy putting her on my weak spot team, or not weak spot, my super break team. It's going to be a nice, enjoyable experience. I go super, super deep, and on the 90th pull, they make me go to full 90 pity, like the last possible place I can get the Dahlia, and they give me Blade. And I'm like, okay, well, now it's going to take me like 3 months to farm up enough pulls to get another center, and that's literally what it's like in HSR. Like you're only getting like every third character unless you're whaling, like straight up. That's how that game works. So I was really disappointed, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm just not going to play this month. And then I did 2 more pulls, and they gave me the Dahlia. And HSR, like non-pity pulls, like early spooks, are super rare. That doesn't normally happen. But yeah, I lost the 50-50 on the Dahlia, and then I got the Dahlia 2 pulls later. So that's my HSR rant. They really took me down into the gutters, and then said, just kidding, here you go. If I'm not mistaken, she can make other units remove weak spot at speed of once in 2.5 seconds. So they get the full buff, but slower. I assume that's why she was used together with Adela. I'm not 100% sure. That is intriguing. Interesting. I like that. Yeah, I'll have to do more research and like watch a video or something on that. But like that's solving the problem that I have with like Hilda, right? Like okay, so I'm going to read that again because I want to like talk about just like good design going forward, like things that I will end up praising Path to Nowhere for. The comment reads, if I'm not mistaken, Margaret can make other units remove weak spot at a speed of once in 2.5 seconds. So they get the full buff, but slower. Now, first of all, my tablet died. This is going to be the end of the stream because my tablet's dead. But second of all, if I'm going to praise Margaret for that because it makes Margaret really flexible. But when we're talking about Hilda has all these buffs and she's supposed to work with Aurum Secretum, but she doesn't even work with Aurum Secretum unless she's in the resonant state provided by Area. If they wanted Hilda to be a sinner that I would recommend, they would make it so that Hilda works with all Aurum Secretums out of the gate, and then she works with all sinners if she's in the resonant state. That's when I would start to say, okay, Hilda is worth your time. But the fact that if you put her in the resonant state, she's just working with Aurum Secretum, like it doesn't do anything. But if it was like, hey, you have 600 intelligence stacks, if you're in the resonant state, then everybody else gets like a third of that bonus. Then I'd be like, yeah, you can use Hilda and Irea on like any team. You can put them on like your arcane crit team and feel good about it and have a nice time. But the way they're built, you can't do that. Like they only work with Aurum Secretum and only if you jump through like these 11 different hoops. And that slows them down too much. Meanwhile, Margaret over here, like she works with Weak Spot and then she's like, just kidding, I work with everybody. Like that's really good design. And I'm going to recommend that people get Margaret because it's really nice. But I can't recommend that they give anybody to get Hilda. I can't, not in good conscience. I ended up quitting because the content just felt repetitive and I got really annoyed at the rate of power creep. When I came back after barely a few months, I could no longer full clear like I had. Each new content was just catered to the newest fully invested units. Yep, absolutely. HSR is definitely like whale bait. And even beyond that, I'm not sure what you're doing in HSR, because when I was playing HSR regularly, I would log on, I would do like my daily, and then I would look around. It's like, so when do I actually play the game? Like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in HSR. So I don't really understand how people are playing that as like their primary game. I don't know what they do. And that's why I play like once a month, because if I log in like once a month, there's something for me to do at least once a month, right? But not so much for me to do. Like, there's not even enough content for me to do weekly. There's just not. Silver, you're sick. Are you like actually physically sick, or is this like I'm sick of blank? A warning, I can be wrong, but I'm sure I saw Adela losing fan stacks during Margaret's ult. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll find out, right? If that's how it's designed, then I'm really happy that Path Nowhere decided to make her specifically for Weak Spot while also working generically as well, but like better in Weak Spot. I think that's how it should be, right? Like one of the things about Augustus, right? Augustus works better as the primary DPS. But Augustus also has like increases all allies' true damage by 30%. Right? She still has supportive nodes. So even when Augustus gets power crept, Augustus will still be useful as a support. Even if Augustus is better as a DPS, Augustus will still be a good support. And that's the type of a design space that I've really come to enjoy about Path to Nowhere, and especially all the reforges. All of the reforges have that, where it's like, hey, I can do this, but also I'm supporting. And that's really, really good. That's a really, really good design, and it makes it really easy for me to recommend those characters to like the average audience. But when it's like, hey, I need these 4 S ranks to be useful, and even then, I'm only good in this content. That hurts. It hurts. It's rough. HSR is a lot of story, incredibly long, but I don't have the attention span for, and I find the events very tedious. Yeah, I stopped playing for like the longest time, and I thought I was like done playing. And then chat told me that they finally implemented a skip feature in the HSR story, and I was like, bet. And then I started skipping story. And they just have the battle game modes they update, which was fun, but you need to grind 5 stars. It was fun to grind, but you need 5 stars. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, it's I don't know. HSR, like the reason to play it is not because the gameplay is good, and it's definitely not because the story is good, because that's their story is like the most trash story that I've read in any game at all. But the reason why you play HSR is because like the models are very pretty, very detailed, and the animations are very pretty, crisp, and clean. Like you're playing it for visual quality and nothing else. Um, so if you want like a pretty landscape to look at with like pretty animations flashing on your screen, like HSR is a good option if you care about like visual quality. Like it's very high. But if you're playing it for any other reason, then like I don't know what you're doing on HSR, because it's not good. Okay, but my tablet died like 5-10 minutes ago, so I don't have anything to put up on screen. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and call stream there. I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas Eve. Hope you guys enjoy your holidays. I am sad about Hilda, but I am overjoyed with how the pools went. So it evens out to an okay patch. But yeah, check out my other stuff. Obviously, like, subscribe, share, blah 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 blah. Buttons, this and that. Click all the buttons. Oh, also join the Discord. Discord link. Discord link. Discord link. Discord link. Discord link. I don't know where my Discord link is. Copy. Paste. Join the Discord. And until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.